Alright, I'm going to have another crack at trying to upload a video. So they've been blocked, my uploads the last few days. I've had people making videos on me, putting out intentional disinformation, and I've had emails threatening to be sued. I don't mind people making videos on me, they can do what they want. I don't report their videos. That's on them. I certainly don't send emails threatening to take legal action. So all this does is makes me more determined to show you guys that there is a serpent race among us, and it should be your right as a human being to know what you have around you, yeah? If these people are so nice and as peaceful as they claim, why do they have to hide in the shadows? Why do they get so mad when you start pointing out their existence? Ask yourself that. Alright, so let's take a look at this character. I'm going to rewind it. We're going to watch it again in slow-mo. Because I told you, I'm going to prove that the reptilians are here. Alright, and look, anyone, I'm not doing this to cause division or anything like this. I'm doing this to prove my point. I said from my first video I was going to prove what I'm saying. And this is part of it, yeah? So you got all these channels pushing fear, all these fake Christian channels telling you that the world's going to end. Right? You got all these fake truthers pushing division, be it racism or just anything really, instead of naming the rep. Alright, so let's have a look at this guy. And just look at the title here, yeah? Becoming Human.
Head in that direction to think things out. Because
Watch his
when you
tongue.
get to the realities of power, the illusions, authority as an illusion of power, the state and all this and that, all right, then we're always outnumbered there. But if you look at the reality,
and they're always talking garbage to these serpents too. All right, telling you about how you outnumber the government and talking about overthrowing the government and whatnot. All right, they are the government, yeah? The serpent race. That is your government. This is all a big game for these guys. All right, they tell you about how tyrannical your government is. That may or may not be true, depending on where you live in the world. All right, they're always pushing fear. They're always telling you the world's going to end. They've always got some... look, I'm just going to play the video. I think you know what I'm getting at here.
reality of power, and say the reality of power is in clear and conscientious thought, clear and coherent thought, then we outnumber them. It's just a matter of us getting to that point.
What do you think he's talking about, yeah? When he says we outnumber them. He's not talking about humans. Right? He's talking about these serpents. They use doublespeak.
Well, we recognize that. We recognize our own value. We're in a system that has devalued us, and see, and the trick of the devaluing was it got us to devalue ourselves.
One last thing.
Right now, did you notice the twitching of his face there? Alright, this guy's possessed. Alright, now, look, I'm going to rewind it here in a sec and play this in slow-mo.
Unless you want to make any other statement. I have one last question. Does anyone have any other
My,
questions?
See that tongue flick there?
all right, I want to make one statement.
Please.
All right.
You see that? And then he laughs, alright? Let's just go back. I told you I'm going to prove my point.
Got us to devalue ourselves.
One last thing. Unless you want to make any other statement, I have one last question.
Watch that tongue.
Does anyone have any
You can't tell me that's normal.
All right, I want to make one statement.
Please.
All right.
And he laughs, yeah? Because listen to what he's about to say. Because like I said, all they do is talk garbage, yeah? They tell you, as a citizen, to go out and riot and whatnot. They control. They set up their own opposition. And then these entities that these occultists work with then feed off the negative energy from the crowds when you go out and riot. They're very smart, these people, but very, very stupid at the same time. And they don't like it when people like me point out what they are and what they're doing. Alright, so just listen to this. Because this is double speak here. He's not saying what you guys think he's saying.
It's about the it's about the math of the IQ. And we know George Bush isn't intelligent enough to think up all this mess. But we keep blaming him. So what does the math of the IQ say about our intelligence?
Alright, now someone watching that will think, yeah, like he's saying all the right things. He's speaking in a way meant to mock you. Alright, you hear that, but you don't think about what it is that he's actually saying. Alright, he's basically saying that you're stupid. And then he laughs. And then watch his tongue here.
It's my puzzle.
That's a good point. Well, there's one other thing, because you're so good on this, and it's an easy question, but I want...
He's struggling with that tongue, you can see, and you'll notice he just blinks there. His part of his face will start twitching, and then his tongue will start flicking.
You on camera for the answer. I have two more questions. Do you think it's a moral obligation to protect the planet and protect the evolutionary process that we're on?
No, I don't think it's a moral obligation. I think it's a spiritual responsibility. It's our responsibility.
Thank you.
Yeah, a spiritual.
Yeah, anyway, you see his tongue going, and look, all they do is talk garbage. Yeah, they'll start talking about spiritual obligations, and they'll start talking about how the government's against them. They are the government, though. Keep that in mind, alright? Because this is what they do. It's all one big game for them. And like I said, they don't like it when people like me point out what they are. So let's just go back and let's take a look at this bloke's tongue again.
Ability to use our intelligence.
Devil horns.
Clearly and coherently. Not be overwhelmed by the idea or say, how do I do that? But just head in that direction to think things out. Because Because when you get to the realities of power, the illusions, authority as an illusion of power, the state and all this and that, all right, then we're always outnumbered
And you watch his tongue go here, and it's all garbage talk.
there. But if you look at the reality of power, and say the reality of power is in clear and conscientious thought, clear and coherent thought, then we outnumber them. It's just a matter of us getting to that point where we recognize our own value. We're in a system that has devalued us, and the trick of the devaluing was it got us to devalue ourselves.
One last thing.
All right, watch this. So I'm gonna zoom in here, and then we'll end the video on this, I think. So we'll just slow it down. And you tell me, when have you ever sat with someone, say at a table, and they've sat directly across from you, and they do this? I've seen people do it, and I've known that I'm dealing with a reptilian or a demon. It's not sugarcoated. They talk about honesty, but you show some honesty towards what they are, and they get mad.
Unless you want to make any other statement, I have one last question. Does anyone have any other
All right, I want to make one statement.
Please.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, I think I've made my point. Anyone want to dispute what I'm saying? You're going to tell me this is human? Ask yourself, if these people are so nice and as good as what they say they are, why do they hide their existence?